All right, we're on.
Okay, we are on the air. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Trash with Jarran Zen. I'm Dom, and this week our guest is Camila Stefaniu. I'm nailing it for sure. She is a prevalent female athlete in the parkour and freerunning community. She is a part of the MOTUS projects, as our guest was last week, Jordan Taylor Lee. And straight away, how are you doing? How are you?
I'm good at the moment, thank you. Such a pleasure to be here talking with you again.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm stuck in Australia right now, so this is the only way we can kind of get these catch-ups is over the phone and over these Zoom calls.
You say that you're stuck. You say that you're stuck, but you would not be overseas right now. It's February. It's winter.
Yeah.
Who wants to be in winter right now? Where would you go?
It could be in Lisbon.
Oh, how is Lisbon? Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. Just at the moment, it's having like a lockdown here, and we are not really able to go training groups and stuff, but just close to our house. Yeah, it's fine at the moment, and the weather is not like that bad. It's just rainy a bit these weeks, but yeah, hopefully some soon.
I mean, I always hear stories of how sunny and like consistent the weather is in Lisbon. It's like meant to be pretty much always good to train and like, you know, not too cold that you can't get out and it's all snowy and stuff. But every time I go, it's just raining. I came for 2 separate months and it rained the whole time. And I'm like, you guys lied. You lied to me. It's always raining here.
Yeah, it's the same that happened with Mark. He arrived here and it's just like non-stop raining for 2 weeks. And yeah.
It's just
always.
So you've moved there. How long ago did you move to Lisbon?
Now it's like 5 months. In the final of this month, it's like 5 months. I came here in final of September, and yeah.
So did you go from? You came from Brazil.
Yeah. I was like spending a time at my hometown before coming here. Like I lived in the capital of my state and spent time there for 2 years. It's called Curitiba, the name of the city. And yeah, then because of Corona, I went back to my hometown, spent like almost all of 2020 there. And yeah, then I have the opportunity, like I find an apartment here and yeah, I've got some money that I have been saving for a while, and my parents are also helping me. Like at the moment, I don't have any sponsor like that gives me a like real payment, like real salary for training, like I used to have a few years ago. And yeah, I'm trying like to have a new life here.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty brave thing to pack up and ship to a whole nother country and try and live there. Like, I think I've spontaneously been like, I'm going to live places, but I've never done like the groundwork and actually like prepared and that sort of thing and really given it like that whole shot. How are you finding the transition?
Like this time, I didn't find it really difficult because I moved like to live alone when I was 15. And when this transition of my hometown to like a capital happened, and I think that was the most difficult adaptation. Like, because I was really young and yeah, didn't have like really much experience. But now it was like a little bit more comfortable. I'm still struggling with like documents and a few stuff because of Corona also, that is getting late and stuff. But I have friends here, like lots of people that are like really helping me. And yeah, since the beginning, I like really close to these people like Luis, Caio, Ian, that are also Brazilians. And yeah, we have been friends for a long time and now it's been good.
Yeah, I mean, doing anything the second time around, I think is a little bit easier. Or like if you've done it before, you kind of have learned certain lessons from that first time. And as you said, you were so young, so it was probably a little bit more dramatic and you had like things to learn really quickly that would have stuck with you now into this time.
But you're still really young, aren't you? Like,
yeah, I'm 18.
Yeah, cause damn. So
just
you
a baby.
Like for some backstory, Well, I first met you in Matera, so you must have been 16 then.
Yeah, I was 17 at the time.
Yeah.
Or 16. 16, I don't
You would
remember
have been
exactly. But yeah.
super
Damn.
close. Would have been around that age. And then that was your first Red Bull Out of Motion, was it not?
Yeah, it was. It was the first time that I could like really travel to it. I like always wanted to go to Santorini, but I was like really young and like
it is hard when you're young to kind of get out and get to those further destinations. Like traveling within the country is a bit more feasible, and that's something I'd recommend as well. I'm sure with you to a lot of younger athletes. If you can't travel overseas, especially with the way things are right now, really have a look at where you can go within your own country, where there's different communities, people training. Like when you moved to the main city, was that because you wanted to train more and be a part of like a larger place where recognition for the sport and stuff could get like work-wise, or was it just because you wanted to move out to a big city?
No, I went like to really work on my path into like being a parkour athlete and stuff. And in my hometown, I didn't have like real opportunities because like I started to train there with my brother in like a few like street spots. And there was no like community, there's just us. And for a while I've been training alone there also. And then when I competed the first time in the United States, when I arrived back, I was talking with my parents about like moving, but I was like still really young. It was like my first competition was like in 2017, I guess. And I was like 14. And then when I came back, I started to like really think about trying to make parkour a living, but I was still stuck in my hometown. And then, I went to Europe, like donation based. Totally, my trip was like that.
Was that like people close to home donating, or like athletes from around?
Yeah, I did like an online thing, and people could donate me for me to travel. And then I went. I like really have a real reality shock, because it's just massive event and stuff, and I wasn't like really used to see things like that. And then when I come back, I was just like with the thing in my mind, like I want to like move, I want to travel, I want to meet new people and start this parkour life. And I went to the city that has a gym really close.
That was probably the first place that we met, was it, at the Air Whip Challenge? Would that be
I think
the first place? Yeah, because I do remember you being there. I didn't realize that was like your first major event. So yeah, that's crazy, because it's like, I don't know, I feel like I've known you for so much longer than like just a few years, but it just gets you've been repping for time, so it's so cool now to see that. Yeah, it's so cool now that you've and it's really interesting to hear that at such a young age you were like, okay, I've seen this is what I want to do, and then to like kind of put that into practice is something that I think is quite rare, and it stands out to now why you're so prolific and such a high skill level with the sport particularly.
Yeah, I think it's really nice like to start at this young age. I don't know like exactly why I felt like so much in love with parkour. I guess it's like the community, how free you are to create your own stuff, because I did a few sports before and nothing has like the same feeling. I always try to give my best on it, but like it's different.
Yeah, there's something about rules and like showing up at a certain time and like somebody telling you how to do it or what to do, that I found like so I always loved the idea of martial arts and like, fighting, but then when it came to the crunch, I didn't like the discipline side that was revolved around that. It was much more like very constringent and very strict. There wasn't much playing or like experimenting involved, and that's what as you said with parkour,
for sure,
endless.
Yeah.
You're injured right now, or you're on low impact training? I saw in the last video.
Yeah, I am injured at the moment. Like I'm struggling with my foot for like 2 months already. I think I have like a bone edema, like an inflammation inside of the bone in my foot, and it's caused because of like too much training and stress and stuff. I always try to like be strong and train conditioning and stuff. I was taking care of my body, but like this time just like something that came back, and now I'm just like completely without jumps and just working on strength. Because I want this good. I want this good as soon as possible.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, when I fractured my foot, I just sat in my friend's garage and just did push-ups and dips until my arms didn't work, and then like held a wall sit where I could. But it's like you want to keep active and keep trying to heal like as fast as you can and keep the blood flowing so that you're like still in that vibe and that state.
Well, you don't want it to come back. That's the big thing. You want to be able to go out and do 100% again, not just like go back and have it come back.
Yeah, I think it's like I will come back and start slowly getting to impact again, and then like in the future got really 100%. But at the moment, yeah, I'm just going out with friends and doing what don't say. What don't say, like going out with friends, just trying climb ups and push ups and like this type of stuff.
I think it's really important to do that sort of fundamental training anyway. For sure. Often when I'm really healthy, I almost forget to do like the extra bits and bobs that are like will make that difference when you do the big stuff. And also what I was thinking as you were saying that is like your progression over the past 5 months by being in Lisbon has probably been exponential. It's probably been like more impactful and, just a little bit more pushing than you were doing before. And, it shows in the results, but also that means that the body is taking on this new load and it has to adapt to that. And that's something I found as well, is if I go hard for too long, I have to then I'm forced by something like an inflammation to take it chill. What was there an initial like injury or incident that did the foot, or was it like just purely overtraining, you think?
Yeah, like 2 years ago, I used it to, when I lived in, not 2 years ago, now it's 3 years ago, when I lived in Curitiba, I had like a stress fracture in the same place of my foot. I was training like with a coach and stuff, and I started to feel it, like was training in like really high intensity, like too much for my body. And I have this problem in my foot, and took like 6 weeks to heal. And I went to a doctor and stuff. And then after that, I just did like physiotherapy, have been like with it really good, but didn't have push as hard as I'm pushing here in Lisbon, like in jumps for so long. Because like I've been training just different stuff. Like in Lisbon, the spots gives you more opportunities, so why not? Yeah. And I'm like, when I arrived here, it was like really crazy. And I think I didn't like thought too much about how stressed I could be putting in my body at some point, because I was like moving, I was like trying to resolve some document stuff, and also training a lot of strength and conditioning, and training a lot of parkour, and then it just started to happen again. Yeah, but now it's not like the same, because I remember 2 years ago that I started to feel, and then I couldn't like really stop training, but this time I just started to feel and stop immediately. And yeah, let's see how it goes now.
As much as it sucks sometimes, I feel like taking time off and taking a few days or however long it may be off the actual foot or off the actual injury, whatever it is, if you got like a shoulder problem, like resting it and only doing the strengthening and mobility is necessary. It like I have like a few times where like I'm forced to take days off and I feel a lot better after it, even though I didn't want to take the days off while it was in the day. I was like, I want to go training. I found the results ended up actually working, and particularly more so if I use that energy for not training, but then doing rehabilitation exercises and like those things that the physio has set for me. If I actually do the mobility and stretching on the day off, then I do feel better the next day. But if I don't, I still feel almost equally as stiff, because resting itself wasn't just enough. You kind of got to do those extra things. Do you have like a routine or any things that you do like to keep yourself like for longevity and stuff?
Yeah. I actually have like a personal training, like what basically Tom Taylor does with Edge and other athletes. I have like a
That's cool
yeah.
that you've
It's
got that
like
connection.
That's literally,
yeah.
I think that's
It's
4
like
people in a row. Like the full
yeah.
last
It's like
guest.
the same idea, the same like plan of like doing the strength and conditioning program for an athlete for competitions or for any other goal. And it's from another girl in Brazil. She's called Raissa. She does it for me like a
Do you know her?
partnership.
Do you know her Instagram? We can put it up on the screen.
We can put it up on the screen. It's what I do.
Yeah, it's Raissa.
Which one is the... All right, cool.
Oh yeah, okay. Instagram.
Hi, Haisa. I don't know how to spell Haisa. I'm sorry.
It's com R.
But there's an R.
A
A.
I
I.
S S A C
Yeah.
H G. Where is it? I think about three.
Oh,
I
there's
think
two.
about 3 I's.
Yeah,
3 S's. No, I.
3 I's, I guess.
three eyes.
No. Or no. It's just 1 eye.
Just one eye.
That.
You're looking at it on your phone, right? So it's really, really
Yeah,
small.
I'm trying to look. Okay.
All right, so it's G.
G. Yeah,
Yeah,
the first
that's
one.
the one. We did it.
We got there.
We made it.
We made it.
Yeah,
Sweet.
she basically does all my strength and conditioning training, and she's also doing for other people interested in Brazil. She also trains parkour, but mainly she coaches, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of really strong or high level athletes out there that do more so the coaching side of things than the posting and promotional side of things. I'm always like surprised, like to find athletes who I'm like, oh, I did not know, because of the size of their channel through Instagram. And I'm yet to get to countries like Brazil and anywhere in South America. It's definitely like as soon as the globe reopens, one of the places I want to hit.
Yeah, you would be loved to be there. Have you ever been to South America? Yeah.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Okay, fine.
I've heard amazing things and I've seen great things. I just haven't made it there yet.
Yeah, it's really good for like traveling. Not really for living, but traveling is good.
Because that's why you're in Lisbon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm here at the moment.
So I have a question about that. So she trains you or makes you your program, but I'm guessing she has a bit more of a functional training program than, say, the boys with Tom Taylor, because she seems to have a lot of a yoga background and that kind of thing. So can you take me through the conditioning that she gets you to do?
Yeah. It's like I also do like weightlifting and stuff. I have been training it for like 2 years or 3 now. But at the same time, some things happened, like during the pandemic. And now I don't have a gym to train at the moment. Like everything's closed. And in my hometown, I was also struggling with that because I didn't have a proper gym to have this type of weight training. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she just adapts it to my like what I can do with my own like body or just like with a few stuff.
Yeah, very minimal tools. Well,
yeah, but it's
something that I was thinking that could really help with that is, you know how you were saying earlier you don't have any sponsors or any like annual salary coming in for parkour, is the fitness market and the like workout market is huge. So if you could find some equipment that works with a brand, then you could also associate yourself with that, use the promotion for that, and she can continue to train you with you having the equipment at home or accessible somewhere nearby. So that's something you could think about as well.
That's nice.
Not just parkour brands.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, you said about like this yoga background that she has. I also practice yoga like regularly.
Cool.
And yeah, I feel it's also good. It's something that with the other guy that trained me before, I was like missing a lot, like training real mobility and stretching. I think it's like something that not helps your body just in a like immediately like way, but also for longevity. And yeah, I think it's something that is really helping me to like stay strong and don't have injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think as well, if you can really apply yourself to a stretching session and like give it a good half an hour where you're dedicated to your body, there's also a mental alleviation that comes along with that. Like you feel relieved in your mind because you've focused on like something without being distracted. It's almost like a meditation, but you're not going to that stage of like actually meditating.
Yeah.
You know, if people are stressed or they find it, you know, if they're finding stress in training or when they wake up, they feel like they're stiff and rigid. It's like, if you give yourself that half an hour, just giving yourself time off or like time to yourself or dedicated to yourself, like with your body, even if it's with people, you generally will also feel a lot more relaxed in your mind. And that's like, that's one of the benefits I've seen with yoga for sure. And like almost everyone I know that does yoga is super level-headed. They're like super rational people because they're.
I do a lot of yoga, thank you very much, and I'm a fucking nutcase. So
yeah, well, there's exceptions. I also don't do many yogis, so I can't really say too much on that. So what does the rest of the year look like for you? Have you got any big plans for travel or videos, content? What would you like goal-wise? Anything in that sense?
Yeah, I went like parkour events back in some way. Yeah, I miss traveling. Like, I don't know. Now I'm close to places that I've never been close to. So yeah, I'm just like waiting a bit. And now I'm like really excited for stuff with MOTUS and stuff. Like I'm close to the boys also, and yeah.
I think you're definitely one of the stars of the team training videos. You're there. Your consistency is all the time, and you make really good, entertaining like moments out of the training session. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm vibing.
Yeah,
I've lived through your video, like lived through all the videos right now.
I've always wanted to do like some type of vlog stuff, but I've never like really tried it alone. And I think it's like it's just motivation, like to do with other people, of their good athletes.
Yes. And
yeah, it just makes me feel like comfortable doing it, and it's nice like that.
Yeah, it's good. The one with you and Luis was really fun, where you guys are like hitting the challenges. And it's cool for me watching you train with Luis and Pedro, who are both like, you know, the highest level of athlete. They're both so like well versed in technique and depth, and you can see the progression that you're getting out of those sessions. Like you can watch. I'm
learning so much.
They're like the two of the best guys for that shit. Like I remember training with both of them, and it's just like an eye-opening experience. Oh, I wanted to ask you. You know the session you did in I think it starts at A, where you go across the bridge with Pedro.
With Pedro. Yeah, in a place that you did a vlog there.
Yeah, also, we did the competition there. Yeah. Did he wear a weight vest during that training session?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's so smart. That's so cool.
Yeah, he's living there now. He has this weight vest close to the spot is close to his house, so he just like went out with the weight vest.
That's so cool.
I
think that's really cool because you know, he's like super powered in a way. Like I don't know many people shorter than me that jump way further. Like, you know, there's like him, Jimmy from Rilla Hops, and like now like young Kaduri, like the guy I trained with in Australia, like he can run and jump further than me, and he's like shorter than me, and I'm like, this is weird. So like,
this is weird.
It's like usually okay, because if you're my height and you jump my like my distance, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know,
he's really good.
Yeah. But when I saw that, I thought that was really cool.
Nope, he died. So let's just completely change the conversation. I did not know that you were actually in MOTUS. So can you tell me what that's all about? When did they approach you? How did you become part of the MOTUS team?
Yeah, I am actually at the Flow team. It's like there's actually like protein and floating. That's like
They actually have those things. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And at the moment, I'm in the floating, and they talked with me. I think it was in September or October last year. Yeah, it was like before coming to Lisbon, really. And it was super nice, like really motivated me. And yeah, I hope we can do like more projects together, like after all this COVID struggle. And yeah, it's just super nice. I feel like really happy. And yeah, all the support that Giles have been like providing to athletes for like all these years, it's just such a crazy thing. And I'm really grateful about that. Like, I don't know, it's just sick.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. And then it's like such a cool group of guys to be around.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, not that you're in the same country.
Really, yeah. We are now like just like having things from like far. We are all far from each other, not like doing stuff together. Out like still the boys in the UK. They are not like really all of them getting together to train, but hopefully soon.
Well, that's why you all have your team training videos. You all have your team training videos where you taking all of your individual training and like sticking it in.
I think it's such a cool idea for like doing it in the pandemic also. Like there's people from far also, like Ethan, it's also in the flow team and he's in the United States. And yeah, also Jarran is in Oslo, and people just can't be together, so we're trying to do it like by far. And it's working well. I like that.
Yeah. Well, it's really nice to see that the videos and content doesn't stop rolling, even though you're all away from each other and locked down. Like
yeah,
I like that a lot.
We're separated but still together.
Yeah, exactly. And you can move as a team in different places. It's very cool.
Yeah.
What I wanted to ask also is how is the language change between going from Brazilian Portuguese to then Portuguese?
It's like there's lots of people from abroad here and like really feel surprised. Like people who speaks English, German, and also lots of Brazilians. It's crazy. Like a lot of Brazilians here. But yeah, I'm just like getting used to some words that change. But it's not weird at all. I just prefer Brazilian Portuguese because Brazilian Portuguese it's better, but that's the thing.
Good.
Yeah.
So what I think has happened is that Dom has gone away forever. So
what happened with him?
Most probably his phone has completely died. Something like that. This is what Dom does. He just kind of he dies and goes away. But so what I would say is we'll probably finish the podcast there because he's not coming back. And he is such a great host. No
problem.
Yeah, but what I would love to have is maybe have you come back onto the podcast sometime, and maybe we'll have someone else from Modus as well. We'll have something like that. It'll be like 4 people there, people talking over each other. Would be so
good. Yeah.
No, it'd be really good. Well, what I would say is good luck with lockdown, and good luck with your rehab because that sucks. Getting over injuries is the worst. Yeah, I definitely hate that kind of stuff. But
like being injured and being locked down and like trying to motivate myself in a new country.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it's full of crazy.
We keep going.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and we hope to have see you soon.